Ghostbusters violent assault.
Welcome to Gamersledge Podcast, the weekly podcast about video games with news, reviews, analysis, and opinion. Keeping you up to date on how to wisely spend your money for video games, movies, RPGs, comics, books, and more for over 16 years. Find us online at Gamersledge.com. And now, your hosts.
Give me 1 second.
Hello and welcome to Gamersledge Podcast. Come on in, sit down, relax, have yourself a refreshing and cleansing Dasani water. Dasani, the mountain choice. Sit down and relax. I'm your host, Mark. Joining me this week, we have a bunch of people. It's a look at the video gaming industry, a look at what it means to be a hardcore gamer. Joining me all the way on the far left is, of course, the Lego negotiator, Dave.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, without Toro here, I get messed up. He's always first.
He is, but he's not here yet. He is on his way. Also joining us from the Great White North, it's Matt.
Hey, it's actually green here now.
Oh, I believe it when I see it. It's still cold here, so.
Seriously?
Well, it wasn't today, but every other day has been so far.
It was like 95 yesterday and 80-something today.
No, yesterday it was like literally 55 and rainy and cold.
Oh, wow.
And I heard if you found a mouse in your beer, you get free beer, eh?
Take off, you hoser.
There are actually people around here that talk like that.
Yeah, no one probably has any idea what we're talking about, all three of us, because we probably just double generation skipped some people, but that's okay.
Classic movie, Strange
classic,
Brew.
Strange Brew.
Yeah, you owe it to yourself.
Rick Moranis before he was famous. They're going Rick who?
No, that was after SCTV. That was an SCTV.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So I mean, maybe he wasn't that famous.
He wasn't
famous.
Yet.
He wasn't that
But
famous.
it wasn't his, you're right, it wasn't his breakout role, if you will. But.
Video game podcast! Yes.
Hey, you know we can't stay on subject.
I know. We have lots to discuss. We've got a couple of people joining us here momentarily. Nick will be in, and we'll introduce him in a minute, and then Turo will be here momentarily as well. Thought we would start by going around the room and discussing what we've been up to for the last week as far as video games are concerned. Dave, what have you been playing?
I got in a couple quick games at Jetpack Joyride. That's about it.
Seriously, dude, you're still playing that?
I am determined to get that last thing, and 100%.
No, you can say it. Trophy. You're determined to get that last trophy.
Trophy.
You're going to platinum a game.
Apparently,
no, he's not.
It's just a matter of time. But it's just life's been kind of crazy this week. So there hasn't been any game time at all, except for that right before I fall asleep.
Matt, how about you?
Well, I have been starfurking across the universe.
I see what you did there.
See what I did there? Yeah.
Yes. Final Fantasy Record Keeper.
Final Fantasy Record Keeper. The new update actually puts in a lot of handy features, which I don't know why they didn't just incorporate that in the initial release for North America, but a lot of handy features in there. I still don't know whether I have a crystal record or a memory recorded or a factor crystal or whatever.
Just call it level breaks and passive
other people's
abilities.
Attacks. Yeah,
passive abilities.
It's weird. They just naming convention not good there. But overall. Overall, that's going pretty well. Sadly, I only have crystals for 2 people who aren't at level 50, so yay for me. I actually finished all the story missions, the core story missions. I finally got that screen that says, you finished all the story missions, yay! I got my 3rd level 50 today, so I now have Cloud, Tifa, and Cecil Pally at 50.
Cecil!
Sorry.
I don't know why I do
that Ratchet is just way too distracting.
It's awesome, isn't it?
I'm envious of the size of your Ratchet there, Dave. He's holding a big gun.
He is.
From what I've heard, he's all Clank.
Oh.
Bazinga. And then I think I'm finally done with. I can't see what that's a something. That's a bracer of some type.
Yeah, it's a 5-star bracer.
Lots of stars on it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Talk about that later. Yeah.
The random number generator doesn't always win, just most of the time. But let's see. Then Arkham City. I think I'm done with it now. I'm not gonna fight through the Riddler trophies to get up to 400. That's just ridiculous. And for whatever reason, I can't get the political prisoners trophy to trip. So whatever. So I'm done with that. That ending to that game. Holy crap. That was impressive. I know I'm late to the game, to the party here, but the storyline in that game was impressive in and of itself. But that ending was.
I'm just so happy that wasn't ruined for you.
Oh, I know. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was totally clueless. And then the song.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how he did that.
That was amazing.
Freaking impressive. That was wow. Because you totally aren't expecting it, and then they just whack you out of nowhere with it. So.
It's alright. The Batmobile's gonna suck. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, you know what? The story in these is good enough. The story in these is good enough that I'm willing to give a little gameplay suckage on this one. So that goes back to your article. Oh yeah, see what
it does. Yes.
I still don't understand how you think that's gonna suck. It's just.
He's sour graping it. He's already just rationalizing the fact that he's not buying the game. So that's all it is.
Well, I can rationalize the fact I'm not buying the game very easily. I'm not buying the game, but you know
I'm Mark, and I don't like having fun with my video games.
You know what? I do like having fun,
but his form of having fun involves spreadsheets, and you can't spreadsheet the Batmobile. So
spreadsheet, and what's that flogging thing that people do with the thing, and they're just like, if I'm not inflicting pain on myself in this game, it's just not fun. Bring me my Dark Souls. Whack, whack.
So you know what?
Playing the flesh off myself.
I'm not going to take this. I will defend myself momentarily. But Matt, what else have you been playing?
Honestly, I think that's about it. It hasn't been a lot of time, so yeah, it's mostly been FFRK whenever I can squeak some in, and then Arkham Asylum or Arkham City, excuse me. Gonna try and give a quick spin through on this month's. Over the next couple of days, this month's free games to see which ones I want to dive into, and obviously get into The Witcher 3. So, yes, finally.
Well, I will go next, and then we'll do Nick last. Let's see. Final Fantasy Record Keeper they have been beating us over the head with events and characters and things to do, and
we're okay with it.
Yeah, we're all right because man, I've made somewhere in the neighborhood of 75 mithril in the last 3 days.
Oh, and thank you to everyone who summoned my my character that I never ever wanted.
So he never wanted Vanille, but she has one of the most powerful limit breaks in the game. It actually damages everyone on screen and weakens them for a sustained amount of time. And so I'm like, dude, he got the magic item for him, and
he did. That's why.
I have the most powerful character in the game, and I have only been summoned $2,500 a day is what I'm making. What did you make? 14,500?
Yeah, 14.5.
Jeez, it's ridiculous.
71 times my chick was summoned.
I know, right?
Hold on, wait. What?
Yeah, 71 times.
Do I have you? No, I must not have you on here.
Oh.
Are you not following the Facebook thread?
I'll pull up my code, and once you guys are done, I'll let everyone know what my code is.
So I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 level 50 characters.
Jeez.
And the rest are between 10 and 35 for the most part.
I still have a ton of level 1s.
I have some level 1s. I mean, most of the generic characters I'm never going to level.
Except for Summoner.
Except for Summoner and Black Mage. Black Mage is getting close. He's at 43. But what I think the quests added a lot of depth to it, in all honesty.
Yeah,
the thing that sucks is that most of the create quests I already did, so that's rough that I'd have to do them all again. So, but other than that,
because those core orbs that you need are not common.
They're not, and just FYI, if you buy some of their in-game currency, which is called gems, they are doing this special promotion. There's going to be 4 different special banner promotions where you get the first rare pull for 100 gems, which would be like 99 cents. But you have to buy it. You can't use Mithril for it, so take that as you will. But yeah, just been trying to cruise the event. I got the level breaks for both Titus and Waka, and let me tell you, leveling past 50 is uber slow. Uber mega King Kamehameha slow. And then I did manage to get Waka's second passive ability. I'm still trying to get Titus's. No luck there so far. So that adds some new depth to the game in that you can mix and match those on anybody who has done their limit break. So it's not, once you get it for a certain character, it doesn't stay on them. It's like materia, and you can move it around, so that's kind of cool. What else did I play? I played a little bit of Gwent. I don't even know why I said The Witcher. It's just Gwent. That's all I play in that game, is the card game. And then I picked up a game that I know Matt's been meaning to get to, but hasn't had time. That is Telltale's Game of Thrones. I played all of them this weekend.
Yes, I've done 1 and 2. I haven't played 3 and 4 yet.
Let me tell you what. I went into this cautiously optimistic on how they could tell a good side story but make it relevant to the television series, and they do a phenomenal job. People that you hate in the show, you hate doubly as much in the game. Screw those guys. Screw Bolton, and yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Episode 1's a little weak, but I know 2 just ran through the door. That song, Jiminy Crickets.
Yeah, one was kind of setting up a lot of what comes after that, and it is a little slow. But man, 2 through 4 are just phenomenal, and they're long.
Oh yeah,
they are really long. So I want to say that it's been on sale here and there. Actually, you know what? I don't know if Game of Thrones actually made it to the sales yet.
That one hasn't been on sale yet.
But I tell you what, for the price, it's a whole lot of entertainment, and it's really, really good. So I highly recommend it.
5, right? So there's 1 more.
No, there's 6.
There's 6? Oh,
there's
wow.
6. Okay. And so there's 2 more left. But 2 more left. Really definitely recommend that. That's all I've had time to play because there's been a bunch of stuff going on. Also joining us this week is Nick.
Hi.
Nick, what have you been up to this week, playing video game-wise?
Well, Final Fantasy Record Keeper for sure. As you saw, I got the 5-star bangle thing that allows whoever wields it to just go, oh, the whole party has shell. Just, whoop, shell. And then apparently that does stack with the Final Fantasy VI character, Celis.
Mm-hmm.
That stacks with hers. So I could go, hey, shell, and then she could go, oh, magic shield, and it's like you have triple shell on. It's kind of nice.
So does that bangle have an eternal flame?
An eternal, haha.
Close your eyes.
Wow, he's old enough to get that reference?
I know, right?
I thought that was totally going over his curly top tail.
No. Let's see what else.
No,
you guys are just making fun of me.
because Susanna Hoff still looks amazing. So.
I did play some Destiny today. I tried to get Flawless Raider again.
Did you do it with a random people group again?
It's just funny now. I did
it. No, I did it with a bunch of the 100 people, and
so a pickup group then.
It was a pickup group on the 100. So yes,
it's still a pickup group. It's not going to work, Nick.
I'm trying. We couldn't even get past the bridge. We couldn't get past the bridge.
I'm telling you, you can't do it with a pickup group. It's never gonna work.
I feel bad for you now. Like, it
No,
was
it's-
funny, but I feel
killing me.
bad now.
It's actively killing me. I can't get one flippin' trophy.
If
Kept
you
that
would
PG.
set a realistic time that
I don't
other
have
people
free
who
time.
work
4 in the morning? That's
on the
pretty
weekend,
realistic.
on the
On the
weekend.
weekend. I don't have on the weekend time.
5:30 in the morning.
Well, then it must
Nick,
not
why
mean
must
that
you turn
much
this
to
into
you.
a podcast of lies?
Yeah.
Isn't what this the whole thing is?
I just want to get this one trophy so I can platinum it.
You lack the will of a warrior. That's why this
That-
hasn't happened.
You lack the commitment and dedication of a true warrior, Nick.
True Guardian.
I have
A true guardian.
Oh,
A
ow.
true guardian would make time on the weekends to get
Ouch.
the trophy he wants with a set party of people who know those raids like the back of their hand.
How long would
Yeah,
it take?
I do.
Like 15 minutes?
Probably
No, like 30.
30.
It takes if we were to run through it start to finish, it takes me 5 minutes to do the first part by myself. To just run into the bridge would literally take 15. The throwaway taken slowly takes 10. Ute takes 15 if you're taking your time, and Crota takes 5 because I can take him down to 2 swords. It's just painful.
Or we could just do Vault of Glass and get it done in 30 minutes and be done. But, you know, I'm just
Vault of Glass takes an hour to run. Period.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That one I can guarantee.
Let me tell you something.
No. Anyway,
Why
was gonna
is
say-
everybody fighting again?
Like, I have a whole segment in my head playing right now. Like, let's say that you played a Vault of Glass, but yet somebody just gets a disconnected internet. Oh, what do? You just shimmy over to the router, you disconnect it, and the whole thing goes kaboom! Sorry. Wow.
Wow, you took one comment and you really ran with it. That's
I
impressive.
freaking love Jim Carrey. So I will do any and everything. Let's get a podcast going. And then no, I'm done.
Okay. Anything else that you did, Nick?
on the PSP, I downloaded one of the free games.
On the
What was
PSP?
PS Vita, sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like,
People
was
still
there-
play the PSP.
I still have a working one somewhere.
It's right here.
I have my God of War that has a busted up battery.
Oh, no, I've done a lot on my PSP. I like the PSP. I like the PS Vita, but I don't think I don't like the games I'm getting for them. It's weird. Anyway, I played the ship one. What's that? I don't have it on me. There's the Exploding Zoo, and then there's the other one.
Oh, yeah, it's got a weird name.
It's got a weird name.
Tritium?
Something like that. I don't know. But I played that one for a bit. I don't know what, it's just not, I don't know how to really explain, like, what it is other than you're in a ship, you're in a three-dimensional sphere, basically. You're flying around in the sphere, and you press X to shoot, destroy all the blocks, press square to turn around, 2 analog sticks are directional, and destroy all the blocks. Yeah, that's right.
I was working my way through that. Sorry.
Yep. So
It's a 3D, extremely short version of. Oh shoot! I had it a second ago. Like it starts with an X. Old 2D flyover shooter.
Devious.
X-Men?
Xevious. Thank you.
Xevious. Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, it's not addictive. Like a lot of the other games have something that keep bringing you back. I don't really see it for this one. I don't feel like the constant, oh, well, if I just play a little bit more, I'll get this. Or if I do this, there's a challenge I can overcome. I mean, challenges aren't that hard. Levels are pretty simple. They're not really grabbing me. I don't know. It's just not, it wasn't that fun.
Okay. Anything else did you play?
I did a little more Borderlands, the pre-sequel. Got my second legendary already. Level 12. I don't know how I have 2 already.
Nice.
What else? I've been doing a lot of work in life. That's it. I'm going to end it there. That's all I really have.
Also joining us this week, Turo.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just kidding. I am.
What have you been up to this week?
Actually, I've been reading. That sounded like a fart.
It was R2D2.
It was
It's an
R2D.
R2D2 Raspberry, but yes.
Okay. All right, that works. I've actually been reading a lot of comics. Now that the whole Secret Wars has been blown up to every bit of the freaking Marvel universe. Oh man, I had a day off and I didn't catch up on all of the comics that I read. There's so many, especially on Battle World. Battle World is ridiculous. What's going on right now? They brought back Old Man Logan, and that was cool. But and that ended awesome.
Pick up, and now I'm kind of pissed off because now he's going to be one of the characters in the post Secret Worlds world. So.
And it's gonna be awesome. From the way they ended on the first issue, I'm just like, oh my gosh! And then Deadpool's Secret Worlds. Oh man, that was hilarious. That was funny, and it's in the keep going. Anyway, yeah, I've been in comic world right now. It's
I'm just thrilled that in that whole Marvel shakeup, Batman is now Commissioner Gordon. That's really cool.
You mean Robat, Bear, Burble, Man, Bat, Rabbit?
No, what was it? The one I came up with?
You mean Big O? Because that's anime Batman and a giant robot.
No, the best one was Matt's.
Commission Mecha Batman?
No, the Usagi Yojimbat.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it's Yojimbo, but he said Yojimbat. Jim Gordon's in the Batsuit.
Yo.
Exactly. That's why it worked so well.
God, it was so good. That was so good. Like, I'm not even sure if he intended it to be that good.
Oh yeah, I saw that one when I started writing it.
What else did you do, Taro?
I laughed at Bloodborne because that's all you can do when you play that game. You're like, I died again. That's so awesome. Let's have another beer. It's just so ridiculous.
Have a drinking game. Every time you die, you take a shot.
Oh
you will die.
Passed out in half an hour.
It's
Even
just
with Turo's tolerance.
I can only make it 10 minutes
thank
in the game. I don't understand.
No, it's pretty fun whenever you're like, okay, I'll take a drink every time you die, because that's how many times I actually have to take a drink, or how many times I actually die to take a drink. Or maybe I do it on purpose. I don't know. Anyway, it's ridiculous. It's all about timing. It's a timing game with. Hopefully you don't run into that obstacle again, because you're just going to run into that pole and cuss out that one pole for about a good 5 minutes because it got in your way, because you were that far from the reach of that one guy's sword / scythe / shotgun.
So let me see if I get this straight. Let me see if I can summarize for you. Turo says, Bloodborne, 9.5 out of 10, look, I drink.
No, Bloodborne, 9.5 ABV %. Because that's the only way to enjoy it, is you have to have something 9.5 or higher to actually have fun with this. That game. Okay, I am finding fun in it. And I love the visuals. Oh my gosh! If only playing that game for the visuals is awesome. That's sure. Why not? I went halvesies on the game, like I said, and it is pretty. It is pretty. The bad guys, just whoever designed them. My goodness, the team that did that is awesome. It's genius.
All of it.
I don't know what kind of nightmares they have to dream up these bad guys, because I want to have them. I want not the nightmares. Oh dear Lord,
you don't.
I want to have like them as figures. I want to have Bloodborne figures everywhere. I would buy them if I could. But like that, I enjoy the most is actually seeing the visuals, the design, the buildings themselves, the random graveyard or the tombstones popping up, making you paranoid. Because you think there's a bad guy sneaking up on you. That's awesome. Because I'm all about peripheral, and anytime I'm attacking this guy and I see something go, I'm like, it's just a tombstone, and you're like, oh, Well, now I'm dead because
That's
I got
probably why
distracted.
you're dying. Because if you're doing this with your controller, you're not going to dodge or
No,
parry.
I hit X, X, Y.
It's
circle.
not Mortal Kombat.
And I'm like, ah! And then I do this.
I thought he was
Six axis.
mimicking something from what did the fox say? What does the fox say?
Oh, that's where. Yeah, most of it comes from there now. Let's see, comics, Bloodborne. I've actually played a little bit more Pokemon because I actually had time to play Pokemon, and then I charged my Vita so I can play it again because it was dead.
Did you get The Witcher?
Yeah, I got The Witcher.
Okay. Are you playing
But
The Witcher?
Remember that game that I said that I play? I load the game and then I beat it because it 100% download.
Okay.
Yeah, that part. I still need to have time to beat it. Or need time to play it, even. That's it.
Okay.
Wait,
Well-
TV? Yeah, no, nothing
No.
on TV.
So that
Jurassic
brings
World
us,
tomorrow.
yeah, Jurassic World tomorrow. That brings us then into the news. So we got lots going on this week.
That was awesome.
Matt, I know you had a good story about the Xbox One. So why don't you tackle that one first?
Ah, darn it.
Or Matt may have fallen off the internet. Do you know what it is, Turo?
I'll take over.
Go for it.
Did he fall off?
Yeah, he fell off.
Yeah, I'll take off. All right. Okay, Xbox One. They're coming out with a terabyte Xbox
Okay.
One with a redid controller where it's a 3.5 millimeter jack instead of the 2.5 Y. So you can actually just hook up your headset to it instead of having this little stupid adapter that goes to it. On top of it's going to be $399, I do believe. They're jumping the price back up to $399. So I guess to match the memory or the storage, excuse me. So $400 gets you a terabyte Xbox One with the 3.5 millimeter controller. Oh,
Now-
and the Master Chief Collection included.
I think that was a smart move by them because obviously we're in the run-up to E3. This is the last podcast that we will have before E3. We should talk a little bit about what's going to happen next week. We're going to have a podcast every day starting on Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday we will have a podcast every single day. You can find it on our YouTube channel or on our website, gamersledge.com. It's just going to be a reaction, a recap podcast each day of the different conferences that went on during that day and kind of just talking over what this means for the different companies that made announcements, what our reactions were to the announcements they made, etc. So that's going to be all next week. We still will have the normal Wednesday Gamersledge podcast. But yeah, expect those on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Dang, I have a prediction.
We're going to get to that. We're going to talk about
Oh,
the lead up to E3 as we work our way through the news. Or maybe
by the way,
just after.
does the price same? Well, I guess it is a difference because it goes back to the way it was before the Kinect. But does this interest you guys into purchasing one at all, including the Master Chief Collection, so you guys can totally play, Halo with me? Because
Nope.
thanks,
No.
Dave. You're so kind. Thanks, you guys. You're so awesome.
Just saying.
That's cool. Oh, it comes in a matte box now, so it's not glossy.
It comes
It's
in a
all
box made of matte? That's
It's-
horrible.
That's why he
no
left.
wonder,
He's like,
no wonder he fell off the internet.
he has to be made out of Xbox.
They
Expo.
paid for him.
Darn it! I didn't know it was going to be that early. When does that get released? June 16th?
Yeah,
So it's really soon. So if you're thinking
Well,
about buying an Xbox One, don't do it right now. Stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the
Nice.
Xbox news you're used to.
Yeah, I think this is very smart of them to get out ahead of E3. While it would have been kind of a little bit of a showmanship note, I think part of the reason they did this is because it leaked from a retailer website, and so they just went ahead and got in front of it and said, yes, this is the case.
Everything leaks out right now.
I mean,
Excuse
Sony is on par to do the same, but they have not confirmed it. We've seen the trademark filings for it. So it will probably happen during the press conference. But
I
yeah,
still don't understand the whole why it was 2.5 millimeter in the first place on the controller.
Because Microsoft wants proprietary so they can make more money.
That's so ridiculous. I mean, I haven't seen a 2.5 millimeter jack since my, what was it, a Motorola Razr? Maybe my Sliver? I don't know. The old school flip phones. Yeah, they had a 2.5. You had to have an adapter to get actually headphones to listen to it. It was ridiculous. But I don't know why we still had something like that. I don't know why we have 2.5. Everything's 3.5. So
because Microsoft wants to charge people for proprietary things.
No, it's smaller, so
Okay.
it takes up less room, and that saves 5 cents on every.
and smaller is better.
Faster.
Stronger.
Work it. All right, so Matt,
Yo.
one of the console makers that we don't expect to see at E3 would be the Ouya.
I'm
That's
so
putting it
surprised.
mildly.
So what's happening with Ouya?
Well, yeah.
What isn't happening?
Just like it sounds.
What is
Ooh,
this?
yeah.
It's like, what could possibly be happening with the Ouya, except it might be getting bought out. As soon as I can find the link and remember who it is that's buying it.
As soon as I can tap Mac for that at $40.
Konami is buying.
Konami is buying
Yeah.
Ouya. No. Not
Yeah.
quite.
Silent Hill exclusively on the Ouya.
Oh my God, no!
No.
It's almost that weird though.
Sierra buys Ouya and pushes out Silent Hills. I'm out.
It's almost that weird though, because the company that is actually in talks to buy it is Razer, who is best known for their
The Motorola
PC
phone?
No,
their PC
the-
gaming accessories company.
Oh, why? Razer could do something with it though. If anybody
Yeah,
was going
that's-
to.
Yes,
That's
lose
actually-
money.
No,
Well, they've already done it.
actually, that might be a really smart acquisition for them if they want to get into the console space.
I have the
Granted,
Razer keyboard.
the install base is not huge for the Ouya comparatively, but if they want to use that as like a Generation 1 launch base for cheap gaming PC of some kind,
Or a streaming.
Razer Razer is a huge business. They make millions, tens of millions of dollars every year, and they've grown it from a very small company into one of the leading manufacturers for high-end
Gaming equipment.
gaming equipment. So I
Right.
could see them
Why
doing
would they-
something with it.
How are they supposed to make that money on buying a low-end crappy console when they sell high-end gaming peripherals, and that's their bread
Because
and butter?
if they get the patents for it and then can create a Ouya 2.0 or the Razer Ouya, whatever you want,
Razer Ouya.
that actually isn't a low-end item.
Ouya
but it
has
is-
patents?
I would think they have to.
Hope so.
For what, exactly? Because they've done something that everybody else has done, except
Not in that-
successfully.
Not in that form
Except
factor.
the successful part.
Not in that form factor. They haven't.
No, that's true.
That would be my. There's nobody that makes a drive that small. Or
You know what
a
they should do?
computer that's that small.
Razer should then go
Wait,
in.
hold on. Can we back up for 1 second? So there's nothing that small that plays video games that hooks up to your TV.
Shield.
Amazon Firebox.
No, it's smaller than that. The Ouya
Not the
is
Shield.
the Ouya is it's smaller than the Shield too. The Shield is still like a hockey puck.
So, so that gets the patent because it's like a half an inch smaller than the other stuff.
I don't think it's a half an inch. I think it's
and it
smaller than that.
predates them too. So
It does predate like the Shield by quite a bit.
So I don't know that for sure that there are patents. I would imagine that if I was smart, which may not be the case because of, look at the Ouya. But hey, if I was going to do it, I would try and get some kind of utility patent for saying that we're the only ones that can make this technology fit in this type of size case. That's what I would do. But we'll see.
I think Ouya and Razer should go in with the Steam controller, and then you get the Razer Ouya with the Steam controller that plays PC games. Millions.
So you're saying it would be a Steam box, basically?
It'd be a Steam box, but it'd be a small Steam box because Ouya was only how much? $100?
Yeah.
So knowing Razer, it's not going to be $100 anymore. Their cheapest keyboard's $80. So my keyboard was $150 and I only paid $15. So you're probably gonna $15. You're probably gonna have the Ouya's probably gonna go up in price by what, $200? It's gonna have a lot more power to it. You put a Steam controller to it. Don't laugh at that. Put a Steam controller with it and let it play some PC games.
No, I'm thinking now along the lines of you get the cable, you get a mouse, you put the Ouya inside the Razer mouse, and then you have the cable plug into its own ass, and then that way you can.
Lost.
Yeah.
Good try.
Welcome back, Turo. That's why you're lost.
Oh, no, I heard everything.
No, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. There has to be some kind of business case for why Razer would want to buy them in the first place, for this rumor to have any kind of substantiation.
Well, they've tried to launch their own stuff with a tablet thing, and that just hasn't gone anywhere. So this has got to be their attempt to reinvigorate that.
Either that, or they're going for the tax dodge, like the producers. Or
That was a good movie.
what's
That
that?
was a good reference.
Oh wait, what's that guy that did all the gaming movies? Yui Boll.
Oh, come on. Yeah. I left that off the news report on purpose, mainly because we covered it on Veg, but
Speaking of Yui Bowl,
no, we are not doing that.
Wait, something happened with him?
Yes, he was
What?
all over the news.
what happened, Mark?
Check out Monday's episode of Video Veg to learn all about it.
I'm sorry,
It
it's been 2
involves
days
video
video I
games.
missed it.
But
I gotta go
it's
check that
actually
out. That's
Video
awesome.
game movies, not video games.
Yeah.
One
So
thing
they're
I
moving
didn't realize though is Razer has also jumped into the virtual reality headset space, so this could be a critical component of that too.
Well, no, they are all. I believe they're also in the tablet space.
Yeah,
I'm
they
not
are,
mistaken.
which has also been struggling. So
So that's why they bought Ouya. They wanted to struggle with the
They go,
struggle.
"Ooh, yeah!"
Hashtag the struggle is real. Thank you.
Oh, that's going to be a thing now.
Ouya struggle.
The Ouya struggle.
So speaking
struggle
of
is real.
struggling, Matt has been struggling to keep his composure all podcast because of Dave's Ratchet and Clank figure.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my
Matt,
gosh, that thing is awesome.
Look at. Wait. Hold on. Oh man, this thing's weird.
Stop. You're at an angle. You're off. No.
Keep talking. No one talk.
Hello.
Fine.
I like it. Shush.
It's awesome.
Wow.
All right.
That is the-
So yeah,
The
one of the
nicest
reasons that came out, one of the reasons that Dave brought that out is specifically because of a piece of news that dropped today. And Dave, what is going on with Ratchet and Clank?
Well, as everybody knows, or everybody should know, there's an actual Ratchet and Clank movie being produced that's coming out, I believe, April 2016?
Yep.
That's when it drops?
End of
Something like
late mid-April.
Yeah. So, what better way than to celebrate a movie based on a game to base a game on that movie?
That's exactly
Based
where
on
I was
the
going to
game.
go with that.
It's so meta, it doesn't even know what it is anymore.
I mean, they even say
It's so
it in the
meta
game-
they don't even know what it is.
They
That's
even
bad.
say it in the gameplay trailer, so it's not even my joke.
It's both the chicken and the metal egg.
But the best part about it is the movie is kind of like loosely based on the original game. So this is a complete reimagining of the original game, except with all the bells and whistles. Yes, except with all the bells and whistles that they have available to them of working with the PS4 for a couple years now. It's just beautiful. They released not only a trailer for it, but also there's about 4 minutes of gameplay footage out there. The thing looks gorgeous. I mean, this is like, remember back in the day when the PS2 said Pixar level animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we got it now. Okay.
Only took 2 more iterations.
I was going to say, only took like 15 years. No big deal.
Which, you know, is something I'm okay with because now I got it and it's awesome. They have the original cast back. They're adding in all kinds of crazy weapons. I mean, just in the little bit that they showed the gameplay footage, they have this, what did they call the gun? The Pixelator or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
So they have like this digitizing gun that does like all kinds of crazy stuff.
Turns the enemies into voxels, and then you get to smash them.
Exactly. The Groovatron's back, which is a great little...
Was the greatest item ever.
Exactly. It's like a grenade that they drop out that pops open like a big disco ball and plays music, and then all the characters, all the enemies start dancing, and you can just hammer away at them.
Great item.
Or you can begin dancing with them.
And Mr. Zircon is back in a big way. You know, he runs out, and Mr. Zircon's this like little. It's a weapon you have that's a little homicidal robot that likes to talk a lot of trash. So you throw out these little robots, and it says like, Mr. Zircon will punch you in the face with bullets, you know, and it's just awesome.
Yep. Do they have the? They have to bring back. What was it? The one gun that you can only get after beating the main game.
Oh, the Rhino. There's got to be a
the
Rhino.
Really? What is it? Really expensive?
No, rip you a new one.
Rip you a new one. Thank you.
Yeah, they've had it in every game.
Plays the William Tell Overture or some like.
Oh yeah, every time as you fire it.
Not the William Tell Overture. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just death happens everywhere, which is hilarious.
Yeah. The Ratchet and Clank games, I mean, I make no bones about it. It's my favorite video game series of all time. The game just...
Mark managed to play the one thing that wasn't awesome in that series.
And there was something not awesome in that series?
Yeah.
Quest for Booty.
Quest for Booty.
No.
It was a tech demo for... It was a tech demo for Tools of Destruction.
But Quest for Booty was still good.
It wasn't bad.
It's not compared to...
It wasn't great.
Compared to that little multiplayer experiment they did.
Oh, that was the bad one.
Yeah, that was the bad one. Oh. We don't talk about that one.
You mean Full Frontal Assault?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It was
Well, the Awful One wasn't very good either.
Yeah, who has friends? Be real.
Well, yeah, it happened once.
But anything made by Insomniac proper, who is the developer behind the game.
Not the South Carolina branch.
They're awesome. They really speak to like my inner gamer id. They're just like in your head, and everything is just fine-tuned gameplay, perfection, fun, funny. There's just great characters in it, great voice work, great animation, great everything. It is just everything a video game should be is what Ratchet and Clank is as a series. So it's nice to see it making a very proper return to the PS4. Very excited for that.
So, something else that I think you all might be excited about, but may not even know exists, is what if I told you that there was a game where you could play as He-Man versus G.I. Joe versus rainbow unicorns
Oh God.
and Nazis.
Is this like the 80s kind of with acid?
Hold on. Let me see if I can set him up and he can knock it down. I didn't know about this.
Yes, so apparently Ubisoft had
it.
revealed last year a game called Toy Soldiers War Chest, which showed some generic spy type figures for you to use. But today they also showed the Rainbow Unicorns as another faction. There's like a dark evil faction. But today they showed He-Man and G.I. Joe as two new properties of toys that are going in there. What's crazy is all the vehicles from the Eternia side have the friggin' oblong skis that they have to roll on. You know what I'm talking about? It's pretty, and all the generic guys are wearing the Man-at-Arms kind of weird get-ups. But it looks crazy. And then here's He-Man riding around on top of Battle Cat with the sword, and he's shouting his appropriate lines and trying to slice a dragon in the face. And then here comes G.I. Joe, and his group of people at the very end.
But I think it's crazy. There's only like 6 frames of animation that repeat over and over again for He-Man.
The interesting part is that they have also said that there are 2 more licenses left to reveal for this game. And so now everybody's trying to figure out, could it be Transformers? Could it be GoBots? Could it be Mask?
Totally outrageous.
If they put Mask in there, if they put Mask, I am so buying that game.
Oh, dude, I've been wanting a Mask video game for so long. It is
With Jim Carrey?
Funny.
No. Where's the eject button?
Nick.
Eject Nick. No.
Oh, Nick. You need to look up Mask and
Mobile
just realize how sad your child
Mobile Arms Strike Command. Mobile Arms Strike Command. It's guys that wear masks and command transforming vehicles.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And the mask I still have one of them. I still have Raven, that was piloted by Calhoun Burns, and his mask was named Gulliver.
Yeah. I had all of them. All of them.
Yeah, I sold them all at one point. I didn't have all of them. I was missing some of them, but I had most of them. Oh, they were so much fun.
See, I don't think I've ever shared this on the show before, but when I turned 18, I took all the screws out of all of my toys, and I had one massive battle in my backyard where, like, Optimus Prime would punch the main bad guy's Viper's vehicle, and it would fall apart, and he would die. And then at the end of the whole battle, I just poured gasoline on all of them and let them on fire.
Wow.
That was the end of my childhood.
Well, I understand why you're my friend now.
Yeah.
So
you don't do anything normally, do you?
Probably not. Probably not.
You're the kid that blew up the toys in Toy Story.
Well,
it's just kind of disturbing.
Oh no, because that guy is a dumpster.
No. I did not take glee in the screams of my toys as they died. It was more of a rite of passage kind of thing. But yeah, and that's probably why I ended up buying the entire Gen 1 line of Transformers over 3.5 times again after the fact. But yeah, so this game sounds very interesting. The animation on that does not look especially great, but if it's fun, it kind of looks like that game you always imagined you had when you were little and you had all your toys assembled on the floor.
We're all doing the dinosaur.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
I've been waiting to throw that one in there forever.
I'm trying. Oh, there you go. Here you go, Nick, just for you. I don't know if you heard that.
Nope.
I did.
Is that a trophy sound?
It was.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, the one thing he'll never get.
I know. That's why I did it.
I'm actually a fan of that genre. Remember Toy Commander on the Dreamcast?
Yes.
No.
Like that genre, I think, has a lot of space in it that could be a lot of fun. And this idea of just kind of doing that, like if they kind of do it like that, where it's kind of like incorporated your toys, but kind of like in the real world sense, that could be really fun.
The interesting thing is that when you look at He-Man, you see his ball joints.
Yeah, they look like the action
It looks like the
figures.
He-Man toy, not He-Man, which is hilarious to me.
So this is kind of like Toy Story from 3, where they didn't know they were toys, and
yeah, I think that's really the case. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting.
That could be a lot of fun, and like as far as like a business model, they could sell you like different toys as DLC and everything like that, and I don't think people would hate that as much if they can pick and choose like their favorite toys from a kid. Not a bad idea.
So we've got a pair of Witcher questions, and Link 22, our I-22 Link 22i actually said, "Hey, Ouya is pretty good, but what about the idea on a Steam console or Steam being added to an Ouya console? Thoughts?"
I thought that's what I said.
Well, you said the controller. You said the controller. You didn't specifically say adding Steam.
I did say PC gaming. Oh no, I think Ouya putting the fact that Ouya is so small and Ouya was cheap, so I think that was the biggest problem with the Steam machine, was the whole fact that it was $1,000.
Yeah.
So you take Ouya's concept and you put some PC games on it, or you say there are now Steam games specifically for the Ouya. TF2, a lot of the common games, you might actually get some sales, some pretty good sales, because everybody loves TF2. Let's be real.
I think it would be a smart move on their part. They would be probably one of the least expensive Steam machines. They're
That's the
going to
point.
get the least best graphics out of it, but that's not the point. Point
No,
is,
but there's
you
so
gotta
many
keep-
indie games coming out with like pixel art or the old style graphics that it's like, oh, we can't support full AAA title graphics. Who cares? Like, what, 50% of Steam is now indie? So who cares?
Yeah,
Really?
but the only way they would get to sell the thing, I mean, it doesn't even matter price because like we've seen this stuff fail, time and time again, is they would have to rename it instead of the Ouya because nobody cares about that name. That name's a failure. If they renamed it the Punk and branded Steam with it,
Oh, steampunk. Oh,
I think they would just get sales off that. Just like paint the thing bronze.
put some steampunk stuff on it.
Couple of gears.
Valves and gears, yeah.
Just make 500 of them.
Yeah, that's how you make it sell.
Just put goggles on it.
Put them on as a download, then take the download off the store. That's how you
Hot
make them.
glue goggles on it.
So, a couple of other things. Galactic Ninja asks, "How are you?" We're good, thanks. We're all
Yeah.
streaming right now. All except Turo.
No, actually, I'm very stressed actually lately.
You're
Cheers.
stressed?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Do you need a hug?
Maybe. Found out I was in
Hug
the
me, I'm scared.
we were at the hospital for a couple days. My girlfriend's. We're now apparently officially 2 weeks away from having a kid. They said you're having it in 2 weeks whether you want to or not.
Holy poop.
Yeah. So we're
There's a
grabbing
lot of that
bricks
too.
right now.
So you
Congratulations.
only have 2 more weeks
Yeah.
before you're a parent.
Yeah.
Two more weeks to get that platinum. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think I'll have that actually.
So thanks for your question, Jacob. We'll keep an eye on what happens with the Ouya and Razer, if anything. Now the Razer or the Ouya was not a successful product, did not sell very well. But do you know what did sell well?
Oh God, segue. What?
The Witcher.
3. Oh my gosh, I guessed it.
The Witcher 3 sold 4 million copies in 2 weeks.
Bravo.
And new information came out today that The Witcher only cost $67 million to both develop and market. So it was $30 million for development and then $37 million for marketing. And
They spent more on marketing? Wow.
yeah, they spent more on marketing. And this is the crazy
Not
part.
uncommon.
If they sold 4 million units, that's $240 million in sales.
Wow.
So
Profit.
they actually made their entire money that they spent back apparently in the first 24 hours.
Times 4.
Holy crap. That is
Oh.
beneficial out the butt.
That's why when there's a lot of AAA, bad wording. That's why when there's a lot of major motion pictures and they're like, oh, we spent $100 million making this movie. And then it's like, oh, but, the first weekend they sold how many hundreds of millions worth of tickets?
Wait, so
Man.
what was the cost of development?
It was
60.
37. 67 combined, I think.
Oh, 67. Okay.
That's awesome. That makes me happy because
sure.
you don't hear a lot of stories like that.
I thought you said
I meant-
6 or 7 at first. I'm like, how did they do it so cheap?
No, 67.
That's the real story.
Yeah. Witcher 3 made for under 10 mil. Wait, say that again?
Oh my gosh. Made by one guy.
Oh, I
And
want
for
to give
those
that
of
guy a
you-
cookie.
For those of you watching, don't forget if you would like to ask us a question live and have us answer it, you can use the QA feature on the stream.
We have
do
people
so.
watching?
We've had people watching for quite a while, thanks.
Nice. What color are your t-shirts? And ask us our favorite questions.
See, whenever I host, nobody watches. Whenever you host,
Get a crowd.
You're just
So
doing it wrong, man.
lesson learned.
another thing that was announced this week on the lead up to E3 is, of course, Mirror's Edge 2.
Oh my gosh.
EA did confirm that
Yes.
it's going to be called Mirror's Edge Catalyst, not Mirror's Edge 2, and it is not a sequel. It is not a sequel, so I'm guessing
Darn
it's
it.
going to be a prequel
Darn it.
instead. They said they're going to delve into Faith's backstory pretty deeply, so I'd imagine this has to be a prequel. But still, I mean,
I want to know where she get that tattoo.
the question is
Random shop.
is anyone excited for this on the panel?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, so much yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
I played the first one to death.
I got all the achievements. If there was ever such a thing on a platinum on the Xbox, I did it.
Yeah, there was something kind of ish. But yeah, I did Mirror's Edge 1, and that was so much fun. Me and my friend Matt, not the one here, we did time trials, we did everything. So
I remember getting sick on the demo.
I had a little bit of initial problem with it, but then after a while, I seemed to even out, and I was all right with it.
Yeah, I didn't realize I had vertigo until I played that demo. Oh my god. That is a rough game.
Vertigo or motion sickness?
Both.
Yes.
Yes.
Because my dumbass, I looked down in that game. That's a big mistake.
Don't do that. Why would you do that?
Because I'm afraid of heights.
No, but the
you
best
look
thing that's ever happened in that game, I have to say this. Me and my friend were playing it for the first time. We're going across building. We're like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. I missed a jump, and it was that really long jump where there's the pole on the other end of the building, and it's like, just jump between the two buildings and then grab the pole, slide down, and go back up. I missed the pole, and I just watched Faith just fall. We slam into the pavement, and then these two like old ladies are walking by in the game, and I'm just like, I look at them like, imagine what those old ladies must think. We're out on your stroll, it's just a random Tuesday, you just got groceries, all of a sudden, out of nowhere from the skyline, bam! Faith hits pavement. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
if you
see a
look at
problem
it from
here.
like the game world, like if you're like a Wreck-It Ralph kind of thing, they're just like, eh.
Hey, remember, no one makes it the first time.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with it. You know, it got a lot of critical acclaim, but the sales were not super strong for it. So I'll be interested to see how this one does. Is it really something that people want, or is it just the vocal minority that is clamoring for this game? So it'll be interesting to see.
I don't know. I think it's really going to, because especially the original game, it was visually stunning at the time. Imagine what that thing's going to look like now.
Well, so this is the other thing that I'm expecting. I fully expect that there are already heavy rumors that Sony's main press conference is going to be, and this is kind of where we're leading with all this conversation, is into E3, our last E3 predictions, discussing things that have come up, and what we think is going to happen as we lead into the show. Tomorrow, technically, is the start off. Sunday is the official start, but Oculus has jumped out and said, hey, we're going to do a press conference before E3 tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Wow.
And so tomorrow is the first press conference for E3.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Which
But,
doesn't start till Sunday.
you know, it's heavily expected that at least half of Sony's presentation will be Morpheus-based. I would be very surprised if we did not see this game as a Morpheus announcement.
People will be barfing in their masks.
Half of something that someone might not be able to afford right now. Half of a conference is something that maybe they might not be able to afford.
Well, it's going to be more affordable than anything else that's out there.
Like not even like maybe a little segment. You're thinking half?
That's the rumors I'm hearing.
I wouldn't
Wow.
go. I
That
wouldn't
they
do
are
half.
going to come swinging for the fences with Morpheus.
Well, remember, E3 also, like, we keep forgetting, like, we think it's just, like, you know, it's made for us to give us news and everything.
It's
E3,
not.
right, it's for stores. It's for, you know, people who
Media.
are selling this stuff. At its core, that's what they're showing off. That's why they always show off weird stuff, and they're like, why are they showing these stupid dancing games? Gamers don't care about that. No, but stores do, because they're going to move a lot of it. You know.
See, and this is the other thing to think about. Tomorrow, Oculus is going to come out. I'm fully expecting we're going to get pricing. And they've already said that if you want the whole kit and caboodle to be able to run Oculus, PC and headset's going to be $1,500.
Oh,
Morpheus.
I just found this right here.
Morpheus will be the price of the PlayStation 4 plus something, but it's going to be a whole lot less than it would be if I was going out to buy an Oculus. And so I think from a mass appeal standpoint, Sony has the potential to make a greater penetration rate than Oculus does.
Yeah, you said it, man.
So I've got one more news story, and then we'll kind of lead into our E3 discussion, and then wrap up with the reader mail after that. Just Add Water is an independent video game developer. They're the folks that worked on the Oddworld series on the PlayStation 3, and they've worked with PlayStation since 2006. And on a recent podcast, the Stuart Gilray, who is the founder of Just Add Water, mentioned kind of as a funny story, hey, I heard this funny story about The Last Guardian.
Oh, jeez. No.
He said that it's a certain somebody's software team working on it, and that certain somebody is the guy who helped out with the architecture of the Vita and the PS4. And that as far as my understanding, his team is now running The Last Guardian to the finish line. So
like from where it is, or starting back from scratch?
No, from wherever it was when they took out.
So either this is trolling really hard.
So the person that worked on the Vita's architecture and the PS4's architecture is, of course, Mark Cerny, the creator of Knack. And because of this statement, everyone is saying that this is really going to be the E3 where we actually see The Last Guardian.
Like a playable version of it, or?
Like the real playable version. Because if you think about it, the last trailer that we got was in 2009.
Yeah.
It has been 6 years since we have seen anything new out of The Last Guardian.
Feels like yesterday.
That is so insane.
So this game has been in development for close to 10 years now.
Balls of Steel.
I was going to say, I was just about to say, don't do a Duke Nukem. Don't.
I didn't say that. I was just saying Balls of Steel.
Oh, I was going to mention Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem was in production for forever. And they
So-
were trying to... It's just,
So that's going to lead us into the rest of our final E3 predictions, retooled E3 predictions, things we want to see, things we don't want to see. Emo Panda 22 is asking, hey, are you guys excited about Fallout 4?
yes.
And, that trailer dropped this week as well. I think it was after last week's podcast, but before this week's podcast. I'm actually really surprised and glad that we got a real trailer. You could see the unfinished bits. You could see the unpolished areas.
Which showed how much they don't care. They know that they want to give out as much as they can and show and be like, look, it's coming. Here's what we have. Please enjoy.
Here's what I want to posit to the group. 6 years ago, in 2009,
Balls of Steel. No, I'm kidding.
we got a trailer for a little game called Skyrim
Yeah.
that launched the following year, 5 years ago. Do we think that they are going to announce this and say, coming fall 2016?
No.
What are they going to announce? No.
Fallout 4. They did
2016?
it for Skyrim. Yeah, fall 2016.
Probably.
Unless they showed us some visuals that were really old. to deceive us. I don't think. I don't see this as. I see this being like a late 2016 or maybe a 17.
Well, that's what I said. Late
Guaranteed a good 17.
Yeah, but they're not. We're not talking about like the Fallout games. I mean, yeah, they look good and everything.
They've never been graphical powerhouses. Yeah.
They're huge. There's a lot of development. Well, I mean, what team has been working on Fallout 4 since, like,
well, they have multiple teams. They have multiple teams. They've been working on it for a while. Which is why I think they haven't announced it till now. I'm even thinking they may say fall 2015.
No. What I if they're gonna I mean, they may do, if anything, for them, for Fallout, I would push it back. I would say, hey, let's go give ourselves an extra 6 months, and then, oh, hey, we're done, we're ready. We could ship it, I don't know, about a month. Then they could go, oh, fine, we'll push it back a few months.
I think we will see that they've been working on it for about 2.5 years, and that they're ready to drop it within the next 6 months to a year.
I wouldn't do that. Not do that.
What, you don't think people will buy it? Just
people will buy it when they drop it.
That's my point.
They want to pull another Assassin's Creed or another.
No, don't just for Fallout.
No,
don't just for Fallout like that.
But here's the thing.
There's never been a buggy Fallout ever.
Right, exactly, right? And that's kind of my point.
Super
do you think they're really going to change the formula at this point? I think they're just going to give us more of the same. And if that's the case, I don't think they need 5 years development time for that.
They just need to expand off of it. The 30-30-30 rule.
This is the interesting part. What happens if they've spent 5 years developing it? They obviously would have had to have started over to port it to the new systems. But if they've spent 4 years or so developing it before the next-gen systems became current-gen systems, I think they could launch it this fall if they wanted to. So it'll be interesting to watch. We'll find out on Sunday.
It's a nay. On my part, I don't think they can release it later this year. No money.
No money.
Superman not here.
Well, thank you, Emo Panda 22, for your question. Other things that we think we're going to see or not see at E3. One of our reader mail questions ties directly into this, so I will go ahead and Vault Dweller also asked, "Are you guys ready for Fallout 4?" I think we've answered that, yes, but when we're going to get it is another question.
Never ready.
I still need to play Fallout 3.
Are you
replay?
Oh, okay.
Replay.
And
Okay.
enjoy.
Okay, I was a little worried there for a second. Draco Kid asks, "Will Ubisoft announce Watch Dogs 2 at this E3?"
I hope so. The more I played Watch Dogs, the more I fell in love with it. And you know this, Mark. We talked about this. I called you and said, it rained in the game, and it changed my whole... Oh, man. I had so much fun with that game. I had so much fun with the add-on. I had so much fun just getting everything done, even with the online part. The online part made it feel like it was next-gen.
I agree. I really like the hide-and-seek game. The hide-and-seek game was good.
In the middle of nowhere. And it's not like it happened on purpose. It's not like, I'm going to go and have to do this mission and blah, blah, blah. No, it's hey, this guy's going to be doing this thing. Or, hey, you want to do this thing? And you go, sure, why not? I'll leave myself out in the open to see what happens. And then, boom, someone tries to hack into you, and you're like, oh, I didn't know it was going to happen right now, even though I wanted it to happen, but not right now. And then fun, and then you kill the guy, and you're like, ha, 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 ha. It's so awesome. So, yes, Watch Dogs 2. Yes, please.
I think they will announce it. I think that they are going to refocus on finding a way to make it more high-tech and more fun than they did the first go-around. I liked the game a lot, but after 20 or 30 hours of it, I kind of set it down and never picked it back up again. And it wasn't memorable. And I think that they are going to make Watch Dogs 2 memorable. So I believe that is something we will see at the Ubisoft announcement.
Yeah, I remembered it. I don't know. Maybe it just hit me differently because I just had a lot of fun with it.
I know
While
Dave's
driving.
favorite thing in the world was to scan people for herpes.
Yeah. Well, he chased people and looked if they had for herpes, or
That was-
looked for them if they had.
That was still the
prescription
greatest screenshot. The greatest use of the screenshot feature of the PlayStation 4 was that. Well, I chased him for like 30 minutes. That poor woman.
herpes. Well, double poor because she has herpes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was just so hilarious. All
So-
that stuff in there they hid.
What else do we think we're going to see that maybe we've not discussed up until this point from any of the big hitters?
You think we're gonna see any Guitar Hero or band?
Rock Band.
Rock
Or
Band and
Rock
Guitar
Band?
Hero will both be in at the show. That's
Okay.
already confirmed. But do we think that we will see anything else from any of the major publishers that we've not caught wind of up until this point? Is there anything you can think of?
Microsoft
Yeah.
portable system.
I can
No.
only hope. Or a Microsoft
No.
app that I can actually play my Xbox Live Arcade games on my iPhone. Yes.
It's the Zune 2.0.
No. 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 No.
No.
No.
We're all saying no for a reason.
But an Xbox Live app that I can play my Xbox Live games.
It's the Xenon 2.0.
You know, so.
It's a Zune 2.0, yeah, that's really
Oh
what
my
you're
gosh,
asking.
no, it's an iPod hack. That's what the Zune was. My gosh, that was ridiculous.
It'll be
I'm
the
gonna say
Zune Girl. Instead of the Game
Next
Boy, it'll be
gen
the Zune Girl.
Pokemon. Calling it. Next gen Pokemon.
It's just
Which
gonna be a
will
little
still
system. It's gonna be a
restrict
little
your
system. They'll make it real rounded, and they'll just call it the Xbox Halo.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And then throw a Halo on the system, and then it'll sell. That's all. Everybody be playing Halo on the bus.
Yeah, there'll be 12 new Halos announced. That'll be Microsoft's new strategy is a Halo game every month.
Jeez, no, do not call
Just
it
a new mission. Just a new mission every month, and it costs $20 per mission.
Sacrilege. No.
They're making an MMO Halo based on Destiny.
No.
No.
No. Oh my gosh, no.
No. Oh.
What's the Blizzard? Is it Champions of the Storm, Heroes of the Storm?
Heroes of the
I
Storm.
thought they were going to be like,
World of
I
Warcraft.
expect that we will find that is going to be published to consoles.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
one of the
Blizzard's
things.
going to have to put something out to consoles on this E3.
well, since
Consoles?
aren't they losing users like crazy left and right on PC? Or not users, registered profile? I don't know. They're losing people, aren't they? On WoW?
Users.
Yes, wow. Yeah.
Users-
Well, yeah,
yeah.
they haven't put out a new update yet. As soon as they put a new update, then it'll surge up, and then it'll trade down again.
Well, it went from 10 million to 3 million or something, I thought.
I don't think it's been down to 7 million. I don't think it's shifted down that far.
Okay, it dropped 3 million, but
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the gold farmers went under one of those companies. So
In China.
75% of all accounts went away overnight.
Yeah. Any other big predictions for games we've really not let up with at this point or talked about?
I'm really excited if it happens. That Banjo-Kazooie, bless you, Banjo-Kazooie clone.
Oh.
What is
I
it
want to
called?
see something.
The chameleon
oh.
and the...
No, it's not.
Ukulele.
Ukulele.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ukulele.
it is. Oh,
Yeah.
JK. I mean, totally, totes. That's it. Yuka and Lele.
I think we'll probably see a bunch of HD remake upgrades announced again,
Except the Final
Alan
Fantasy
Wake.
7.
except for Final Fantasy.
The Alan Wake remake. Oh yeah, that'll never.
And
Yeah, the Alan Wake remake, that will never exist.
they're going to announce Final Fantasy 7, the new 480i release.
Oh my god.
That's still an improvement. That's still
With
better.
With true
No.
PS1 graphics.
I have to say, the more I play Final Fantasy Record Keeper, the more I wish it was on a console. I
Right.
wish I could be doing this on a console rather than my phone.
Why?
The phone interface is fine, but it's so much fun. I would really like to.
Isn't it easier to pick up and play on the phone?
Yeah, then what would you do at work all day?
Yeah.
No, they do.
No,
They do
cross save. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Pick up and
What'd you do
go.
at work all day? Not work.
What do you play, Record Keeper? No, at home.
Record
Record
keeper.
Keeper.
Record.
It's what I do now. I mean, it's the only game I actually have time to play. So
There was a article, I think it was on The Onion, was it today or yesterday, that the teammates cheer as man nears 30 uninterrupted minutes of work.
I have another prediction. Minecraft 2.
Minecraft 2.
Why would
Minier, craftier.
Yeah, no, you know what? It's Microsoft. Yes, Minecraft 2.
Yeah.
I fully endorse this plan. Yes.
Oh, you know what I totally forgot to talk about. This was supposed to be a big deal that I was going to talk about. I totally forgot. So this ties into what I'm hoping for E3. I'm actually hoping this title gets announced for PS4, but they're still in pre-alpha, so probably not. But the wife got an itch for a new game.
Oh, right.
Last week, and we were scrolling through Steam, and she found one called, and I always want to say this wrong because there's Hearthstone, which is a WoW-based card game, and
Pretty
this
fun,
one
actually.
is Stone Hearth. I always get it wrong first. So, Stone Hearth, which is a kind of it's Minecrafty / Terraria-y in the fact that everything's blocks and voxels and little everything.
You just described 2D and 3D Minecraft.
Yeah, I know. But it's all wrapped up into a Age of Empires type RTS, or maybe even the original Warcraft RTS. So you've got all this mining and collecting of resources to start building your town, but then there are also villages of imps or goblins, I forget which, that are going up in the world at the same time. So you start out in a procedurally generated world like you would in Terraria or Minecraft. Yeah, kind of. And you pick where you're going to start, and you set up there, and you start cutting down trees and collecting rocks and eating berries and planting farms and building buildings. And then
Minecraft.
And then eventually, if you're in the mode where the goblins come, they come and start stealing your resources and killing your people because it's like Alpha 10 is the version that's out on the Steam early release now, or early access.
Minecraft.
I will only play this once there is a mod that makes it so we get the song where they're climbing in your windows, snatching your people up.
No, they don't go in your house. You can convince your people to get into the house. The goblins won't get them. The problem is convincing the people to get into the house. That part doesn't work yet. There's a lot of rough edges. It's a very rough game. Like I said, this is the 10th alpha build that they've put out. Before it was through their Kickstarter or through a direct sales, and now it's on Steam Early Access. I think it was $25, which gets you the updates up through whenever this game becomes a reality. But I think it's a style of game that would fit very well on the consoles. The only part that would be hard, and it's still hard on the PC at the moment, is you can build your own buildings. You can build plans for a building and then place it, and as long as you have all the resources, they'll go grab the resources and start build the building. It comes with template buildings that you can just say, hey, take this one and build it there. But there's a building builder in there where you can build your own templates. That would be interesting in the console control scheme, but it's not undoable, I don't think. But I think it's very... it reminded me a lot, in a lot of ways, of an RTS set in the 3D Heroes world.
Interesting.
So it's a game to keep an eye on. We're still having fun with it. We're also incredibly frustrated with a lot of the bugs. Playing an alpha build of a game can be pretty freaking hilarious and frustrating at the same time.
Tell her that's what she gets for not getting Farm Simulator 2015.
I will. Which is actually seriously a game we looked at. We actually
I know. Jacobs has 2 comments. The first one is World of Warcraft was at its height during the Lich King expansion, and after that it went down. But then he said, speaking of Minecraft, does anyone on the panel actively play Minecraft?
I do not.
Don't have time.
I don't have time for that either. He wanted to know if we played the Pixelmon mod for Minecraft.
Haha, the Pokemon version.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we do not, sadly.
From the graphics I saw, whoever made that, I give them kudos.
That brings us to a lightning round of questions, similar to last week. These came in by Heir of Dracula. The first question he asks is, Dave, in Mass Effect, how many times did you probe Uranus? Like, really?
Enough.
All right.
More than I should probably admit to.
I22 Link 22i asks for the whole panel, favorite assassin in Assassin's Creed and why? I liked Ezio. Just he had swagger.
I've never.
You still call it swagger. It's swag. It's probably moved on to something beyond that now. It's probably just
Swag.
swa or something.
I thought swag was stuff, and then that word was stolen.
It's just S. That's swagger. Is swagger turned to swag.
No, that means hope.
I approve of Charles.
Charles' favorite assassin in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, because that name is freaking awesome when you can put an accent on it.
Nice. Dave?
I've never played an Assassin's Creed game.
There's
Matt.
the eject button.
Not surprised. Let's go.
Sadly, I'm in the same boat as Dave. I've never played an Assassin's Creed game.
Wow.
They just it always comes out when everything else comes out, so it's always the one that got cut.
Nick, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go with Ezio, but only because they actually delved into his story a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know how much, but I actually liked Ezio as a character.
Heir of Dracula wants to know if anyone played the Wolfenstein game.
Oh, the
Which
new one? No.
The new one?
I played a little bit of it.
So his question, spoiler, who did you choose to let die at Wolfenstein Castle?
I don't remember.
All right,
Someone.
I was like
This
this.
big scene where you have to let somebody die. Who did you let die? I don't know.
I ran through it.
Oh man, the last Wolfenstein game I played came on.
Don't.
Floppies? Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Link asks, when it comes to Fallout 4, what do you hope will stay the same or change? You know, I hear everyone really badmouth VATS, and Skyrim was their first open world first person kind of shootery. You know, they were going in that direction, but then they had VATS in Fallout to kind of assist people who were not good with first person shooters.
Why did they hate VATS? I loved it.
I love
was
VATS
awesome.
myself. It lets you pause time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It harkens back to turn-based battle systems for me.
exactly.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So I hope they don't remove VATS in Fallout 4. I think the biggest question that I have to pose to everybody is, do we think in Fallout 4 they're going to be running concurrent storylines, or will there actually be time travel?
I hope they don't do time travel, because I still haven't
Hope
seen
they-
time travel done really well.
I
hope they
kind
do
of
time
assumed
travel.
it was for story, where you were just going to be jumping around.
So concurrent stories, but you're jumping
Yeah.
from one to the other. Yeah, that's
So,
kind of what
yeah.
That's what I'm assuming.
That something happens because you caused it, but you have to cause it because would you kindly?
I am wondering if
you
instead of
kindly?
the audio records that you found in Fallout 3, if we get video records this time and we get to experience
Oh.
the panic of somebody who was going through those end times. Either way, I'm very interested to see it.
I'm still hoping the whole time travel bit, because if there is a secret achievement or trophy that allows you to decide how, to end up that Fallout never happened. You prevented,
You stop the Fallout.
and that's it's one of the hardest things to ever do. But when you do it, it's like one of the main things that you can brag about that you did. You're like, I stopped Fallout from happening.
So I
he
will
just wants to
only
try and be his own grandfather, like in the Futurama episode.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I
he's-
will
he's
only
pretty
I will
dumb.
only get on board with this if the name of the trophy is either Quantum Leap or Oh Boy. One of
Or
those
what?
two. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
As long as it's one of those two, I'm on board with that.
All's well that Roswell.
Dracula's Air asks for Fallout, Paragon or Renegade?
Ooh.
We don't know. We don't even know if there's going to be a karma system in this one. But I always do. I always do Paragon first, and then I go through and play a second time and do Renegade.
It hurts
Except
to do.
No, you go first.
I was going to say it hurts to do Renegade. It hurts to do bad.
Yeah, except the first time I played Fallout 3, I did my good guy, and I was having troubles. I didn't have a whole lot of stuff. I was having a whole bunch of problems. I'm like, how easy would it be if you just said, screw it, you just did whatever you wanted? And that character got to 50 pretty quick. That's all I'm gonna say. That character had all the bottle caps, all the items, the best gear, and I was just like, this is not fair. Being the nice guy just isn't easy in Fallout at all. So
yeah, my issue is I always start off these games and I'm always like, okay, I was like, I have these grand ideas and I'm just going to be like, this callous bastard in these things. And then as soon as I get to the first thing where somebody needs help, I'm like, oh, okay. I'll help you. Or those guys are being mean. They're bullies. I don't like them.
What? Bullies on the internet? No.
Yeah.
I have a shotgun aimed at their face. I'm just going to point, wag it, and walk away.
So the last question that we have also comes from Dracula's Error. He asks, in Mass Effect 2,
You lost me.
who was you guys' romance choice and why? My answer was yes.
Yeah, I'll go with yes.
That is the correct answer.
I forget her name. She took care of your fish.
Yes, the redhead.
Yeah.
She was like the counselor on the ship.
That's right.
That was my first. Let's put it that way.
Oh,
Wow.
first of many. Nudge, nudge.
And then there was the girl with the fishbowl on her head.
You and fish.
And then there was the British chick. And then there was the tattooed chick. And then there was the
that one I actually remember the name of. The rest of them not so much, but
yeah. So, thanks for the questions. Again, if you'd like to write into the show, you can do so. You can write us at balth@gamersledge.com. That's BALTH. B as in boy, A as in apple, L as in Lima, T as in tango, H as in hotel @gamersledge.com. Or you can visit us on gamersledge.com. Comment on one of our stories for the podcast, and we'll read them there. Or you can write it in the comments below, right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And then also follow us on Facebook.com/GamersLedge. Follow us on Twitter @GamersLedge. That's going to bring us to final thoughts for the evening. Turo, starting all the way at the far left with you, your final thoughts for the evening.
Oh, man. So this is pre-final thought.
This is E3 final thoughts.
Pre-E3 final thought. Oh, man. I cannot think of anything.
What's the thing that you're most excited about?
Ukulele.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Banjo-Kazooie. I love those games so much. I mean, if you can actually reach down and pull the first game and reach down again and pull the second game, I mean, there's some love there. Thank you.
Dave.
What I can't wait for the most out of E3 is all the heaps of love that the PS Vita is going to get from Sony. I'm really looking forward to that.
Your version of Heap and my version of Heap are very different heaps.
Don't make me sad. I still got like another couple days of hope here.
Jet Set Gemini 2. Sorry.
Jet Force Gemini.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Wow, Jet Set. Wow, the beer is working.
Yeah, it's Jet Set Radio, Jet Force Gemini.
Oh, goodness.
I thought he was
Wow.
going for a hybrid game personally. I thought he did it on purpose.
I totally did it on purpose. Bruh.
Matt,
It'd
final,
be so cool.
Matt, final thought.
Final thought part one is you totally just monopolized that whole lightning round. I didn't answer a single one of those questions, and you never noticed.
Hey, look, I found it.
If you don't speak up,
Yep,
you don't
Gemini.
Yeah, well, all right, then I guess I just won't say anything.
get. Wait, is it Jetpack Gemini? That's what
Yeah.
it's on, right?
No, Jetpack Joyride is the one.
Oh,
Joyride Gemini.
Gemini.
That's so cool that I can just reach over and get it.
It's okay that I'm right every once in a while on something.
No.
It is.
No.
I'm not sure about that.
It feels wrong, but I like it.
So Matt, second final thought. Sorry, I wasn't trying.
No, you totally were. I get it. I see what's going on here. I understand. I'm not important. I get that.
Take over.
Oh.
We've
Well,
outlived
none
our...
of us are important since he basically just talked that entire time with a couple of interjections from people. So, I'm not alone in not being
It's
important.
because his mic works now.
we can't interrupt him
No.
because his mic works again.
It's still not working. Actually, it's really.
Oh. The gain
Actually,
is high and the lows are low.
For E3, I'm actually hoping a game I knew nothing about that I just saw a trailer for today on the PlayStation blog. I'm hoping we see more about this. Hellblade.
I
Boy,
did not
three?
get to watch the Hellblade. I did not get to watch. I know it's about mental illness.
It is
Whoa, what?
from the perspective
Whoa.
of a person who is a female Celtic warrior descending into hell, but the hell that she's descending to is a visual representation of her slow descent into madness and anxiety and depression and psychosis and suffering from delusions and hallucinations. And the game just looks amazing, and it's a really interesting concept to me. This is Team Ninja, but this is Team Ninja after they've done the change, right? This is indie developer Team Ninja, not
Itagagis.
yeah. So what they're going for with this is what they're calling independent AAA. The idea that just because a team of 15 people is making a game doesn't mean they can't crank out a AAA quality production value. So
I gotta check that out because that was one of my favorite things on the GameCube. Was that oh my God, what was it?
the
Saturday's
Centurion
Requiem.
game.
No, just forget Centurion. He was like the worst.
Power Extreme Man and Machine Centurion.
Sanities. I built them out of Legos and they were awesome
You built everything out of Legos.
because that's all we had back then.
Yeah, that's true.
I had the actual Centurion figures. They
Yeah.
floated in the
It
lake.
connects.
Yeah.
Well, at
Did you
least the
build
one
them too?
for the water was.
Oh man, I had all of them too. I did all the jetpacks and everything for them, and they're badass.
And hopefully a release date for Mighty Number 9. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
They don't have a release date for that yet.
I don't
No.
think so.
The Legacy came out, though.
You see all the Bloodstain? They're still getting money.
This because Bloodstain's going to be awesome.
That thing is going to be on every system now.
Yeah.
They've gone through like every possible. They keep making up stretch goals because they're getting so much money. They're just like we got to come up with something else. Okay,
We're going to put
all right.
Batman in the game.
Here's a roguelike
No.
dungeon.
Don't say that because then they will do it.
Nick, final thoughts for E3.
For E3, I'm hoping for something Kingdom Hearts. Hoping. I know they're putting all their efforts in. I know they're putting all their efforts into FF15, which they should.
So there
gonna
was
be,
a Kingdom Hearts survey going around
Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
last week, and they were talking about the Vita, and they were talking about the Wii U
Whoa.
in this survey. So I don't know.
I honestly think if they're going to do anything with Kingdom Hearts 3, it's just going to be another, hey, we kind of looked at it one day and we made a change and now there's a new video and yeah, it's done production. That's all we're
It's
going
going
to
to
get.
be Kingdom Hearts 1.75 and 2.75 on the PS4 and Xbox One. Bam. On it now.
And they're going to add a new type of Heartless, which is going to be like a somebody instead of a nobody.
A new boss. It's a nobody, somebody, anybody.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Heartless nobodies, and what was... I think they actually are talking about a third
Heartless,
type of person.
nobody. Somebody?
I don't know. They took it too far. I took it too far 10 games ago.
No, they'll give them badges and they'll be buddy cops.
Oh, no.
My dinosaur comment was better. Anyway,
Good.
I'm hoping for something Kingdom Hearts. That's not an offshoot of a, hey, here's another mobile game. So.
My final thoughts are that I think tomorrow and Sony's press conference are going to be interesting because I think we're going to get pushes for technologies that simply are indescribable unless you have actually put them on and experienced them. And until I'm very interested to see how marketing tries to spin those experiences to make them relatable to people who, until they put one on their head, simply can't understand it. So that's going to be the interesting business perspective for me for E3. And I actually don't have a bad joke for this week.
Aww.
You'll come up with 2 next week.
Yeah, I know.
Not in time.
The badge thing or the...
You just have a soundboard ready, don't you?
Yeah, he does.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Pathetic fool.
It would have to be a gaming soundboard.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I have Deadpool on here.
Oh, well.
Oh, no, that's the Deadpool from Mortal Kombat. My bad. Nice. So, until next week. So, again, make sure you follow us. We're going to have coverage throughout the weekend. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all dedicated to what's been going on with E3 recaps. Wednesday, we'll have our big recap of the whole thing. We'll probably have a little bit of double coverage on Wednesday.
Next Wednesday just going to be like freak out, where we just freak out about
Basically.
Okay, all right. I'll totally be here for Wednesday.
Yep. And other than that, that's going to do it for this week's show. Until next week, game on.
Game on.
Game on.
Game on.